Sorry. Thank you. This is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFall TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. Well, York Hall here for the Joshua vs Breazeale workouts. With me, I've got Dominic Breazeale. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
All good, mate. All good. How's your time in London been so far?
It's been phenomenal, man. Can't complain. I've been here since Thursday. Got some good food. Got some good sunshine in today, this afternoon. Been good, man. Been real good.
Weather's a bit hit and miss here. It could be sunny in the morning and then rainy in the afternoon.
It's one of those things I can get used to. Back home it's about 110 degrees right now, so I'll take 65 with some rain. Something out of the ordinary, but it's different, man. You sleep good in this weather. How's
the British public taken to you so far since you've been here?
They've been very welcoming, man. They've been great. I haven't had any no complaints at all, man. From the staff there at the hotel to the staff at the arena, to the drivers and everything. It's been phenomenal. A class.
Obviously, we saw the gloves are off, which you filmed immediately after your press conference, but we only got to saw it a couple of weeks ago. Have you got a different mindset from things you were saying then when the fight was sort of first announced to where you are now?
No, different mindset at all. Not at all, man. Anthony Joshua knows we're in for a big fight. Him and I, we're both two gladiators, and we're going to bite down and go to war. I definitely plan on knocking him out. I'm not going to back down. I've got the confidence. I've had 7 more weeks since that press conference to get prepared for this fight, and I couldn't be in a better place, man. I'm definitely just ready to go, man. It's one of those things. I woke up this morning like, yeah, today's Saturday. I had to look at my phone like, damn, I still got to wait 3 more days. So I'm excited and ready to get in there.
How do you take to the majority of the British public or Anthony Joshua's fans believe that he'll stop you inside 2 rounds and this will be a walk in the park? How do you take to that?
It's one of those situations. Anthony Joshua's been fighting guys that they put in front of him. I call them bodies, and you can call them what they want. Any man that wakes up and puts a mouthpiece in his mouth and goes to war on any given night is definitely a gladiator in my book. But it's one of those situations, man. Anthony Joshua's not going to be in a walk in the park. He's not going to have a guy that's going to stand right in front of him and take shot after shot. I plan on retaliating, and I plan on putting a ton of damage on him and making him realize that he's not the only big man in the world. He's not the only guy that's going to ever achieve, winning an IBF belt after first guy's title defense or whatnot. The fans can think how they want to. When it comes down to it, it's me and Anthony Joshua, June 25th, and we'll see who prevails.
Obviously, people saw the Dillian Whyte fight and they sort of saw some what they perceive to be flaws in his performance. But have you seen anything else in any other performances that sort of gives you encouragement to suggest you could beat him?
Yeah, definitely. Dillian Whyte fight was one that exposed him a little bit, but there were some other fights in the past that I've seen he's done some good things and he as well as done some bad things. He's got some bad habits that he carries with him. Later on in the fight, with the Dillian Whyte fight, we both know they were both exhausted, they were both tired, and kind of just swinging for the fence. But that's one fight, man. And in boxing, you're only as good as your last fight. And right now, he won the belt, the IBF belt, in 2 rounds against a guy in Charles Martin. So we'll see, man. Like I keep telling everybody, me and Charles Martin, the only thing we got in common is we're American. We're 2 completely different fighters.
You said that gloves are off that you thought it was 4 minutes of shame on Charles Martin's behalf. You still stick to that?
Oh, definitely. By all means, when you think of a heavyweight bout, man, a heavyweight contendership, you think of 2 big, massive gladiators going at it toe-to-toe, minute for minute, second for second, bell for bell. And in that situation, man, I think Anthony Joshua broke a bigger sweat back here in the locker room as we are now than he actually did marching to the ring and fighting, Charles Martin or beating up Charles Martin for 2 rounds. It was a bad performance by Charles Martin.
We've heard also in that gloves are off and other comments by yourself that you've been very dismissive of Tyson Fury as an opponent. For what reason is that?
I just don't. I can't respect the talk, man. I can't. The fact
Talking aside, though, what about what he went and accomplished in Dusseldorf?
No, what he accomplished, by all means, man. He beat Klitschko hands down. I watched the fight myself. I was right there, front row seat in my living room watching the fight, as every other heavyweight competition game was. So he did what he had to do. He jabbed when he had to. He hit the right hand when he had to. He switched up to southpaw. He did some things most big fighters can't do. He did that by all means. But to go about parading yourself the way he has, have some class in yourself, carry yourself a little bit more heavier than he has. I mean, you're a heavyweight champion. People are looking up to you. People dream to be in the situation you're in. So carry yourself as so. Be a professional guy. This whole big shenanigan when he jumped in the ring after Deontay Wilder had his win and tried to be a WWE star, man. That's not what boxing's about, man. We're big, huge competitors. We're gladiators on top of that. And nobody wants to see a circus act after a classy act that Deontay Wilder had.
Any part of you that finds Tyson Fury at all entertaining?
Yeah, of course, entertaining. Yeah, if I want to sit back and have a laugh, have the fellas over and say, hey, let's watch this, clown get in the ring and be a joke. By all means, yeah, definitely. That's what I find entertaining. That's why I say he'd be great for the WWE.
Okay. We saw obviously what happened with Wilder and Povetkin, that situation in Russia. Wilder now faces Chris Arreola. What do you make of that as a defence for his world title?
It's good, man. Chris Arreola is, a dog fighter. He's one of those guys that got a, tough chin. He's gonna test you no matter what. Whether it was his last day in boxing or his first day in boxing, he's gonna be a guy that's gonna be gun ho. He's gonna come straight to you. And I think it's a good situation for Deontay Wilder. Being in a title defense, I think this is the first time he's gonna have somebody who actually steps to him round after round, minute after minute, and it makes good for TV. I definitely will be there, ringside watching it myself. I love to watch the fight game, especially when there's two entertaining heavyweights on.
What kind of a statement does it make for Dominic Breazeale to come over to England, Anthony Joshua's backyard, and knock him out? What kind of statement is that saying to the world?
It's everything, man. It's everything that everybody doesn't want to see, at least here in England or in London. Back in the States, I got a huge following and huge support, and they all believe in me. I believe in myself. But when you can come into somebody else's backyard, that's like you inviting me over for dinner and saying, hey, tricked you, we're here to fight. It's that type of situation. I'm going in your backyard. Anthony Joshua said, like, his lion den, man. He might be the lion there, but I'm the new lion in town, and I'm coming to get him.
You can come around for dinner. We won't fight, I promise you.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
But like I said, it's I kind of get the feeling, obviously, from living here and knowing how the British public think. Some of them are aware of you, obviously, from the Olympics and the hardcore boxing fans, but others won't. They'll see your record and be unsure of what kind of test you'll be for Anthony Joshua. But you're very confident, listening to you talk, that you're going to... in this country, it will be a massive upset if you were to knock out Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, definitely. Will it be as big as an upset as that last soccer team that just won the 5,000 to 1 odds? Leicester City, right? Would it be that big of an upset? I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I like to do. Shock the world.
That's a great question. What would people be more surprised with? Leicester City winning that, or if you knocked out Anthony Joshua?
I don't think so. I think the London fans here and the London boxing following understand that Anthony Joshua's in for a big fight. Yes, they would like to see their champion carry on and win. But at the same time, they understand, 2012 U.S. Olympian, it's not easy to get there. It's not one of those easy roads where you just wake up one morning like, oh, you're an Olympian. There was a lot of work that was put into that. There's a lot of work that was put into my last 17 wins and 15 KOs. I fought, every shape, every size, southpaw, aggressive guys, big guys, strong punchers, previous Olympians from, Puerto Rico as well as the U.S. So I've got a bit of a resume, and I've built myself a little bit of a following of being a fighter, a guy, an aggressor, somebody that bites down and goes to war, puts on an entertaining fight in the end, and the next notch in my books is shocking the world and becoming the IBF heavyweight title holder.
Okay, just finally, did you anticipate maybe a year ago fighting for a world title in your 18th fight? Obviously, Anthony Joshua fought for one in his 16th fight, but did you anticipate yourself fighting so early for a world title?
Did I anticipate it? No, but I've been dreaming about it and hoping for it for the last year, 2 years since I turned pro. I knew for sure it was coming. And I'm glad and I'm blessed to be in the situation that I am now. At any given time, I'm one of those guys in the gym day in and day out, so I'm prepared for it and ready for it. It wasn't a shock to me. It wasn't like I got the phone call. I was like, oh my God, it's one of those things I've been working for, man. I've been busting my butt for the last 8 years, and I'm glad it's finally here.
Okay, can you just confirm your Twitter is Trouble Boxing?
I gotta look that one up, man. I'm sure it's along the lines of Trouble Boxing or Dominic Trouble Breazeale Boxing.
Right, okay.
One of the two.
Because it's confusing, because everyone's like...
Well, I'm rarely having to look at my own, so I gotta look at it myself to make sure.
Alright, maybe I'll ask you again on Thursday.
Yeah, ask me again on Thursday and we'll get it clarified. But there's 3 of them, so I got Dominic Trouble Breazeale, which is the Facebook fan page.
Yeah.
Trouble Boxing, which is Instagram, and Dominic Trouble Breazeale. No, Dominic Trouble Boxing, which is Twitter.
Right, okay.
Right. So you're on the right route. Yeah.
Okay. If anyone understood that, please leave your comments down there. Anyway, Dominic, thank you very much for giving us a little bit of time. Press conference is on Thursday, so that should be quite entertaining. And then the weigh-in Friday in the middle of London, Saturday night, fight night. So
looking forward to it, man. Appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thank you very much.